There's one thing I've always stood for, and that is more pockets on women's clothing. When I was in fashion school, I like to add pockets to just about everything, but these days I crochet more than I sew. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make these cute little crocheted granny square-esque patch pockets to put on pants or skirts or dresses or bags or anything really. And I'm also going to leave a link in the description so that you can go to my website where there will be a free written pattern so you can follow along whichever way you like to do so. This pattern should be easy enough if you're a beginner, but if there's something you're not understanding or something you just want me to go over again, just leave me a note in the comments and I'll be sure to get back to you. Let's jump into it. The pockets I made for this skirt are in a few different colors, so I changed the yarn I was using for each row. In the tutorial today, I'm going to show you how to just make the pocket from start to finish in one color, but I will be showing you where you can change your yarn if you want to use multiple colors instead, like right here. So for this project today, you'll need a 4mm hook or whatever hook suits the yarn that you want to use. Your yarn, this is the yarn I'm using. It's from Spotlight. It's a cotton 8-ply yarn that suits 4mm needles and hooks. You'll need some scissors and a yarn needle. It can also be helpful if you have a blocking board, but you don't necessarily need that. So for the first row, we're just going to chain 6 on a slip knot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and just join that with the beginning chain. You can choose to use a magic ring here if you prefer that method. I just find that sometimes the hole in the center ends up bigger than you want it to be, and doing it this way secures that circle so it can't stretch. After we've created that chain circle, I'm going to show you how to do a standing double crochet as the first crochet. First, you're going to chain 1, then you're going to put your hook inside the circle, yarn over, pull that through, and then yarn over again and pull through both loops. Now you're going to take your hook and put it in between those 2 loops there. This loop and this loop. We're going to put the hook right in between those like this. And then you're going to yarn over, pull back through where you've come from, yarn over again, and pull through those 2 loops. And that's a standing double crochet, which looks a lot nicer than chaining, and it acts more like an actual double crochet when we've gone around the circle. Some people might call this method stacked single crochets. I've been calling this a standing double crochet. If you have another method that you like to do your first double crochet, go ahead, or you can just chain 3. Now I'm going to chain here. So if you've chained 3, you'd chain 4, or you'd just chain 1 on top of your standing double crochet. Now I'm going to do a double crochet into the circle, chain 2, double crochet again into that circle, chain 1, double crochet into the circle again, chain 2, double crochet into the circle again, chain 2, double crochet into the circle again, double crochet into the circle again, chain 2 again, double crochet into the circle, chain 1, double crochet into the circle again, chain 2, and then join back to your standing double crochet or whatever you use to start this round. And if you were going to change colors, this would be the point where you would fasten off and attach your new yarn. I'm going to show you now. We should have 8 double crochets with either 1 or 2 chains in between, and you'll start to see the shape of the pocket that we're creating. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 double crochets, including the first one. And we've got a few spaces with 2 chains and a few spaces with just 1. You'll see which corners are going to be which as we do the next round. So if you've attached your new yarn here, or whether you're going to keep going, we're going to turn the work and start our second round. I'm going to slip stitch into that space, and that should be a 2 chain space. Then I'm either going to do a standing double crochet or chain 3. In my case, I'm going to do my double crochet or my stacked single crochets here. And then counting that as the first double crochet, I'm going to work 2 more double crochets into here, so I'll have a little cluster of 3. Then chain 2. Now I'm going to go back into the same space and do 3 more double crochets. So this is going to be one of our corners. Now I'm going to chain 1, and in this next space, which is only a chain 1 space, so it's a bit smaller, I'm going to do 3 double crochets. Now this next part, we're going to repeat 3 times. So first I'm going to chain 1, then I'm going to work 2 double crochets into this next chain 2 space. 1, 2, I'm going to chain 2, and then I'm going to work 2 more double crochets into that same space, just 2 this time. We've got another corner, but this is one of our wider angled corners of the bottom of the pocket. So if you're looking at it like this, we're doing this or this corner right now. So all the way up here though. So this one will only have 4 stitches in it, and then you chain 1 and repeat that in the next space. Double crochet 2, 1, 2, chain 2, 2 more double crochets in the same space. Chain 1 and do it once more in the next chain 2 space. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 more double crochets. So now we've got our first corner, we've got a side bit here, and then we've got 1, 2, 3 of the bottom corners. So now chain 1 and work 3 double crochets into that other side, the next chain 1 space that will be. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and then we're going to do another corner, again back to doing 3 double crochets with a chain 2 space in between. So there's 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 more double crochets in that same space. You can see the shape coming together. Now I'm going to do the top part. So chain 1 more and work 3 double crochets into that last chain 1 space. Then we're going to chain 1 and join back to that first double crochet or chain 3 or whatever you chose to start your row with. Mine's a little bit tight, so sometimes I use this part of the crochet hook to try and get in there. If you wanted to fasten off and join a new yarn here, you can go ahead and do that. I'm just going to turn my work and continue with the yarn I have, and I'm going to slip back into that chain 1 space here. And I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to do my standing double crochet to start off again. Then I'm going to work 2 more double crochets into that space. So I'll have a cluster of 3 altogether. And you'll be able to start seeing the pattern form. It gets easier the further out we get to tell what stitches are going to be going where. So chain 1. Now I'm going to do another cluster of 3. 1, 2, 3 double crochets, chain 1. I'm going to do this corner as a 3, 2, 3 corner again. So 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 more double crochets in that same space, chain 1. I'm going to do 3 double crochets in the next space, chain 1 again. This time we're only going to do 2 double crochets in this next space. It's still part of the side, it's not a corner, but this will just help the shape sit nice and flat. So we've just got a 2 double crochet cluster in that next space, then chain 1 and 2 double crochets with 2 chains in between in this next space here. Then I'm going to chain 1, do 2 double crochets in the next space, chain 1, and we're going to do another 2, 2, 2 corner. So 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 more double crochets in the same space. And we're going to do this once more, do another chain, do 2 double crochets in the next space, chain 1, and our last wide corner. So 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets in the same space. Chain 1, 2 double crochets in the next space, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next space, chain 1, and we're going to do our other right angle corner. So 3 double crochets into that space, chain 2, and 3 double crochets back into that same space, chain 1, and we're going to slip back to join with our first standing double crochet or your chain 3 or whatever you decided to start your round with. Again, this is where you would cut and join on a new color if you wanted to do that. I'm going to turn and keep going, and you'll start to see that the pattern pretty much repeats from here on out. We just are adding some clusters in between those corners. So I'm going to start round 4 by slipping into that space that's nearest to my hook. I'm going to do my standing double crochet, and I'm going to do 2 more double crochets into that same space. Chain 1, I'm going to do my corner clusters, so 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 more double crochets into that same corner, chain 1, 3 double crochets into the next space, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next space, chain 1, and now that we're up to the space that's on the side and it's just before one of those wider angled corners, that's where we're only going to do 2 double crochets into that one. 1, 2, now chain 1, and we're going to do one of our wider corners, so only 2 double crochets with a chain 2 space in between, and then 2 more double crochets. Now chain 1, and we're only doing clusters of 2 double crochets along these bottom sides, so 1, 2, chain 1, 1, 2 double crochets, chain 1. Now we've got another corner, so we'll do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets in the same space. Chain 1, 2 double crochets in the next space, chain 1, 2 double crochets in the next space again, chain 1, another corner of 2 double crochets with 2 chains in between and 2 more double crochets in the same space. And I hope by now you can see how the pattern's forming. So now we've got a chain 1 and we're going to go up the side. So we've just got 2 double crochets in the first one, chain 1. Now we're going to do 3 and 3, 3 double crochets in that next space, chain 1, 3 more double crochets in that next space, chain 1, we're up to our top corner, so we're going to do 3 double crochets with a chain 2 space in between, and then 3 more double crochets in the same space. Chain 1, now we're going along the top, so we're going to do 3 double crochets in that next space, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the last space, chain 1, and join back to your first double crochet. Again, this is where you can join on a new color if that's what you want to do. I'm going to turn my work, and this is the last round, but you can always add more rounds on if you want. You just need to follow the pattern of doing the 3 double crochets in the sides, but once you get close to these bottom corners, you just do 2 double crochets before the corner, 2 double crochets between the corners, 1 after the last bottom corner, and of course you've got your top corners, which are 3 double crochets with 2 in between, and then 3 more double crochets. So I'm going to go ahead and do the last round with you. I'm going to do my standing double crochet, and 2 more double crochets in that same space, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next space, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next space again, chain 1. Now we've got our top corner, so we're going to do 3 double crochets, with a chain 2 in between, and then 3 more double crochets in the same space. Chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next space, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next space, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next space, chain 1, only 2 double crochets in the next space because it's right before the corner, chain 1, then we're going to do our wider corner, so double crochet 2, chain 2, 2 more double crochets in that same spot, chain 1, 2 double crochets in the next space, chain 1, 2 double crochets in the next space, chain 1, 2 double crochets in the next space, chain 1, another corner, so we've got 2 double crochets in that space, chain 2, 2 more double crochets in that space, then 2 double crochets in the next space after you've chained 1, chain 1, 2 double crochets in the next space, chain 1, 2 double crochets in the next space, chain 1, and our last bottom corner, so 2 double crochets in that next space, chain 2, 2 more double crochets in that same space, chain 1, 2 double crochets in the next space because it's the other side of that corner, chain 1, 3 double crochets in all of the next spaces up the sides with a chain 1 in between, so 3 double crochets in there, chain 1, 3 double crochets in there, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next space, chain 1, and we've got our last corner, so we're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets in the same space, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next space, chain 1, and we're back to the start, and I'm going to put my hook in and fasten off. I'm joining it to that first double crochet. Now I can cut my yarn and fasten off. Next, you should weave in your ends. So you just use your yarn needle to weave that back through a few times. I'll do that now. Feel free to go ahead and trim those ends. I've just left mine for now. But if you have a blocking board like this, I found it was easier to turn it diagonally and block it this way. So I will go ahead and do that. And then just kind of move it into the shape you want. These ends are curving in a bit, so you might want to put some more pins along there. And if you don't have a blocking board like this, you could pin this to your bed or a pillow. And because this is cotton, you can either spray it with a little bit of water and then leave it to air dry, or you could wash them, or you can use a steamer. I don't know if a steamer works so well on cotton, but it definitely works on acrylic. So get it in the shape that you want it, and then go ahead and spray it with some water, or just leave it sitting here for a few days, and sometimes that does the trick. And then once it has kept its shape, you'll be able to sew it on to your garment. So for my skirt, I used sewing thread, and I just hand sewed this onto my skirt. I took my time to look in the mirror and pin it in the right place so that it looked like the pockets were in the same spot where they would be on a denim skirt that actually had the pockets there already. And once I was happy, I just pinned it in place and just hand sewed it with a back stitch. And it looks kind of messy from the back, but from the front, you can't even tell. I think I just followed along the tops of these stitches here. And that's it. If your pocket is made with a smaller hook or a different yarn, or you just crochet with a different gauge to me, your pocket might end up a different size. So go ahead and add rows or take rows away, or try it with a different hook. My pocket ended up being around 12 centimeters side to side, and then from the top to that point is 13 centimeters. And it fits my phone, and it fits everything that a normal pocket like this normally would. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today. I hope you were able to follow along easily enough, and I hope that you now have more pockets than you did before you started watching this video. So if you have a skirt like I did that just doesn't have the functionality you need, I hope you can go ahead and add something like this to not only make it more functional, but also make it super cute. It's the perfect size. You can fit your phone, you can put whatever you want in it. I would just avoid putting little tiny things because of course it's crochet. If you put something too small in, it might fall out. But you could also line this pocket with fabric as well if you want the look but the functionality of a traditional pocket. If you go ahead and add pockets like this to your clothes or accessories, I would love to see them. I'm also really keen to see everyone's different color combinations and things like that, so please tag me. I am at Carley Rose Studio everywhere. I hope you have a great rest of your week and get a chance to crochet at some point, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!